Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, April 26, 2025. With a square between the Sun and Pluto today, it's not easy to accept changes or let things go graciously. In fact, money and fundamental values can be tricky topics now. It's best to avoid fixating on those things you can't change, since trying to force an issue will only lead to frustration right now. Aim to be flexible and mindful of automatic responses to others or frustrating situations. Otherwise, fears of losing respect or a position can dominate. Later today holds some promise for making connections with others, particularly on a mental level. It can benefit you to sweeten your words or be more diplomatic in your dealings with others right now. Slowly back away from today like a bomb is about to erupt with fire. The drama will be around every corner and it could be somewhat rocky, in fact. As the Sun soars through your solar house of true love, romance, and dating, he will receive a sharp vibration from powerhouse Pluto in the sky. This is a red alert not to aggravate others or pursue domination or control. If you do, everyone will be left with remorse. If a crisis or conflict rushes to meet you, do your best to protect yourself, but run along on your merry way. Your financial standing could change for the better. However, you need to be more progressive with how you make money, since the Sun in Taurus will square Pluto in Aquarius. Straying from your tried and true financial opportunities can be daunting. You might be terrified of pursuing something that you love as an economic opportunity. However, utilizing your talents or turning your hobbies into a side gig could be just what you need to make ends meet. Give it a chance. You might be pleasantly surprised by how much money you could make. When your balance feels a little off, as it will surely do while this planetary alignment lasts, treat yourself to pampering in the healthiest sense. Cut back on your social obligations and make decisions based on what works for you. Your tendency to help out friends is something to limit this week as you draw the focus around yourself and your own physical needs. Time is your most valuable asset. Use your time to get exercise and rest, and to prepare healthy meals at home. Humor can be a powerful motivator, icebreaker, and means to teach. Throwing in a few good jokes or telling an anecdote can take the dullness out of any speech. Further, when you are trying to get others to open up and relax, laughter is a natural tool. After work on this day, see about going out and finding activities that will find you enjoying some hearty laughter. You can benefit from this in more ways that you may realize. Whether it is the moon's final hours in your income sector or its return to your communication sector today, while this happens every 4 weeks, at an important time for both. As the moon wraps up its last visit to your income sector before Pluto turns retrograde here, and after its friendly aspect to Jupiter in your work sector yesterday, this will leave you with a lucrative sense of direction, a new sense of confidence and awareness on the income and job fronts, and a better read on both sides of the financial fence. This includes a read on Mars' return to your financial sector last week and of how this is already helping to fire up your financial passions and fighting spirit. 5 days after Mars not only left your relationship sector but ended all planetary activity on the relationship front until Jupiter returns in June to begin your biggest relationship year in over a decade, the Moon's return to your communication sector couldn't come with better timing. In the heart of Venus, the planet of love's last full week in your communication sector, this will add to the already growing support for the final days of her mission to give your heart and your relationships a voice. Taurus, your grounded presence brings peace to your surroundings. Your quote of the day: the quietest roots grow the strongest trees. Your color of the day is fern green, calm and enduring. Lucky numbers: 2, 9, 16. A moment of stillness may be more productive than action. Focus on quality over quantity in everything today. You may reconnect with something you've been missing. Nourishment, emotional or physical, is key. Our eyes in the sky. Or April 26, 2025, the energy arriving feels like a quiet shift, like when the tide changes and you don't notice it right away, but suddenly you realize the water has come much closer to your feet. Today's cards bring a powerful reminder that transformation doesn't always come with fireworks. Sometimes it's gentle, steady, and deeply personal. Let's dive into the message the cards have for you today and see what guidance they offer as you move through this moment in your life. The first card that came through is the Temperance card. This is a message of balance, of integration, and of finding peace right where you are, not necessarily by fixing everything, but by learning to flow with what is. You might be navigating a situation that requires patience or trying to reconcile two parts of your life that feel like opposites, maybe work and rest, ambition and self-care, independence and connection. Temperance reminds you that harmony isn't about extremes, it's about the space in between. Think about those days where everything didn't go perfectly, but somehow still felt okay, those days when you gave yourself grace. Today invites you to create more of those moments. Lend, don't rush. Breathe, don't force. Next, we have the Six of Swords, a gentle but profound card that speaks of movement, especially the kind that comes after a time of stress or emotional turbulence. If you've been feeling overwhelmed lately or like you've been carrying more than your share, this card is a sign that you are moving toward calmer waters. It might not happen all at once, but the energy of progress is with you. Think about the last time you looked back and realized you weren't in the same place anymore, that you'd quietly outgrown something, or healed a little more than you realized. That's the kind of shift happening now. Allow it. You don't have to have all the answers, just keep going, even if it's slowly. The third card drawn is the Page of Pentacles, which brings fresh energy to your goals and intentions. This card is the student, the seeker, the dreamer who isn't afraid to start from the beginning. Have you been thinking about learning something new, taking a different approach, or investing your time in a long-term vision? Today supports those kinds of moves. You don't need to know everything right now, you just need to stay curious and committed. Every step you take plants a seed, and with the right care, those seeds will grow into something meaningful. Maybe it's a side project, a change in routine, or a deeper focus on your well-being. Whatever it is, this card encourages you to nurture it with care and consistency. Then we pulled the Queen of Cups, a card of emotional strength, empathy, and intuitive wisdom. She holds space not just for others, but for herself. You might find yourself more emotionally aware today, or even more tuned in to the feelings of those around you. Don't be afraid to sit with what comes up. The Queen of Cups doesn't judge what she feels, she allows it, learns from it, and transforms it into compassion. Maybe there's someone in your life who could use a kind word or a listening ear, or maybe it's you who needs that space. Be gentle with yourself today. Your heart is wise and worthy. Lastly, the Four of Wands appears, a celebration card, a marker of milestones, and a symbol of safe, joyful connection. This could mean something big, like a reunion, a meaningful relationship, or a personal success that deserves recognition. But it could also be something small yet powerful, waking up with more peace in your heart, hugging unexpectedly, or feeling at home in your own skin for the first time in a while. Let yourself celebrate the little wins. Let yourself feel proud, even if no one else sees what you're overcoming. This card reminds you that joy doesn't always shout, it often whispers. Together, these cards, Temperance, Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and Four of Wands, tell a story of healing, growth, emotional strength, and hopeful new beginnings. You are not who you were, and you're not yet who you're becoming, but you're right where you need to be. Trust that the balance is finding you, that the emotional waters are calming, that your efforts are beginning to root, and that joy is on its way back in, quietly, but steadily. If anything in this message resonates with you, I'd love to hear what part spoke to your journey right now. Have you been moving through a transition? Are you starting something new or rediscovering a part of yourself you had forgotten? Let's talk in the comments. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And remember, you're doing better than you think. Be kind to yourself. You're growing in powerful, beautiful ways.